Hey everybody, and welcome to Romantasy Roundtable, a tale of Rick and Roses. I am Rick, joined with my roses.
Amanda.
And Kim.
I'm going to make sure to do it in the beginning this time. And if you somehow like what you're listening to, please be sure to like, subscribe, and drop some sort of message in the comments. That'd be fun. It would really help us out. Much appreciated. How you guys doing?
You can join us. You can join us on Bookstagram and Book Talk.
That's right. We're doing the things.
Also, for those of you who have now found us through Bookstagram and Book Talk, hey, thank you and welcome. And if your first episode that you listened to happened to have been our ACOTAR special, the last one that we did, please go and listen to our other ones because that one was a lot of fun to do. We might have been just a little bit tipsy, and so
just a little.
You know, just a couple blood cocktails in. And so we would really love for you to go and check out some of our other episodes as well.
Not me. I stand by that one. That's the one I put my flag in.
I mean, I stand by all of our work, but you know, we did get a little rambly.
It's okay. This is what you do when you drink blood cocktails.
How are we doing? Rick asked that question, and I was like, Bookstagram.
Yeah, how are we doing? Let's see. It rained yesterday, guys.
Did you see those videos of the flooded one train?
I saw videos of cars floating away in New Jersey.
Whoa!
Like
people were like on the one train, and the water was like coming into the train car.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it was like the 28th Street station that was just like a pure, just like waterfall down the stairs. And yeah, what a day, y'all.
There was a time, once upon a time, where I was in Manhattan and there was that kind of crazy flooding. And I tried to get home to Brooklyn and the trains weren't running and Ubers were like $1 billion and Twitter was making it, so that was back when it was Twitter, was making it very clear that like if I got in an Uber, I might die because it might float away. And some kind of survival instinct kicked in and I became very calm and I left the subway station, walked above ground, walked into the nearest hotel and said, 1 room, please.
That's crazy.
And then when it was time to go back to Brooklyn, how did I get home? I took a boat.
No, you didn't.
I took a ferry.
On the streets?
No. I took a ferry across the East River the next morning.
I was gonna say the new Midtown Manhattan ferry that just like goes straight through Times Square, which is probably what I could have done yesterday.
Right. This episode is brought to you by the ferry. It's the best mode of transportation in New York City.
Remember when you said you were going to stop doing that?
Oh, that the episode is brought to you by things? I'll do that. I'll stop doing that when we get real sponsors. If you want to sponsor us, reach out to our business manager.
That's me. I'm the business
is
manager.
It? Okay, romantasyroundtable@gmail.com, and Rick or one of the roses will get back to you.
Speaking of which, I'm going to give her a little shout out. We got an email from Kaylie Jude. She is going to be sending us her book in August, and it's called The Snow Queen's Heir. So yeah. Looking forward to reading that. When that comes out, we'll talk a little bit more about that in August. But almost on Kaylie Jude's level, right? Because Kaylie Jude is an author. Almost on her level. Sarah J. Maas has announced ACOTAR 6.
Well, I wouldn't say she's announced it.
She's announced it.
I mean, we all knew it. We knew it was coming.
Right, but she like officially announced it.
She posted a TikTok where she closed her notebook that said ACOTAR 6 and said she was done.
So, good?
With the first draft.
With the first draft.
People, so we'll get into the actual book of reading, but that's pretty big news, and like people have been like deep diving into just the pictures of that, and they're like, it says 6 and dash. Is that a 6 through 9, or is it just like a little squiggly line? We don't know. And they're like looking at all the things on the table, right? Talking about different things. It's pretty wild, actually.
This is not Taylor Swift.
I was going to say. Swifties need to find a new hobby in the off season. This is not it.
I'm just saying,
Not happening.
And here's another thing that I just learned that I told Kim. Apparently, and this is, I've seen multiple posts on this. Apparently, we have to read Crescent City because supposedly Crescent City is directly tied to ACOTAR.
Yeah, you have to read. You're supposed to engage in the full Mossverse. Kim, haven't you read Crescent City?
Funny you should say that because I finished the second Crowns of Nyaxia book finally yesterday, and I'm going back to Crescent City. So I've been 40% through the first book for weeks now, and then just kept getting distracted by other shiny things. So now I'm going to go back to it.
Our biggest fan, Cindy, I believe, has read everything in the Mossverse.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. So fun fact: I am on vacation right now. I am in Antigua, and yesterday got chatting with one of the bartenders in my all-inclusive resort here, and discovered that she is a huge Romantasy fan. And so we ended up talking about SJM among many other of our favorite authors. And she said that Crescent City was her favorite.
I've heard that a lot, actually. A lot of people have been saying, I've read, when I've like looked into like you have to read the Crescent City thing, a lot of people have been saying it's their favorite. But in I know you haven't read it yet, Amanda, and I'm not done, but she like sets up this real nice easy way in Throne of Glass that they're easily all connected.
Yeah,
like,
they all
real
take
simple.
place. They all take place in the same universe.
Yeah.
Do you hear her barking?
Yes.
Ow. Yeah.
What are we barking at?
Oh, she has feelings. She loves Sarah J. Maas.
She does. She wishes there were more horses. That's like her number one request for any and all books.
How does she feel about ghosts and demons?
Thank you. I was about to do that.
That was a good segue. How does she feel about ghosts and demons? I got to tell you, I've read like 3 books since we read these chapters. And I guess we're both neutral on ghosts and demons. Phantoms. And how many times this episode will I go, he's a phantom. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
But also, is he a phantom?
Yes, he said he's a phantom.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, okay. Just like
I
this
think he's
chick
some
was dead,
big
right?
devil dude.
You think he's like the king of the devils?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I can take that.
I want to pull up the chart.
What chart?
Corporeal and corporeal beings chart that's at the beginning.
Oh, that chart.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab my Kindle. It's on the other side of the room.
Probably
guys,
important.
We love a glossary and a chart. So thank you. If any other fantasy authors are listening, please include those and please put them at the beginning of the book where you can easily find them.
So we're reading Phantasma by
Phantasma.
Kaylie Smith.
I think it's Kaylie.
I've been saying Kaylie, yeah.
I've also read like 3 books before since I've read our chapters, but I actually like it a lot. So I remember most of it pretty well.
It's gonna come to me as we're reading.
Hold on, I'm pulling up my notes.
There it is.
Everyone came prepared today, I see.
I got my notes.
The hierarchy of paranormal beings. That's the chart I wanted.
Yep.
All right. So we read chapters 1 through 17 of Phantasma. Give me your initial reactions.
Yeah, so I took a note, and it's somewhere down here. My initial reaction was like, it's weird going from all the fantasy that we've been reading to like grounded actually in reality for the most part ish, like, but with some like necromancer stuff. Like it's on Earth is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, got it. Okay, it's in New Orleans. Like there is like a clear real reality setting. That's right. True.
That's the one thing.
I thought you were about to go into like a very like deeply Christian thing about angels and demons, and I was very concerned.
I love that book.
That's a great book.
Also, Rick, your point is valid, except for the fact that we just read Bride, and Bride talks about California and Zurich and places that are very, very real as well.
It's true, but like for some reason, I don't know. Like in Bride, those just felt like places. I don't know.
Right. The
In
act
this,
like the primary setting of Bride is still like the city.
right.
Um and like the Ware territory, the Nest, whatever, versus this is like it's in New Orleans. They talk about the Garden District, they talk about the
Right.
French Quarter. Like my initial thought is I gotta get to New Orleans. I've only been once when I was like 22. And I just feel like I would have so much fun. I had a great time when I was 22. So I would
Guys,
like to go again.
group field trip. I'm here for
Group
it.
group field trip to New Orleans.
Phantasma field trip.
Like and subscribe so that we can go to New Orleans.
Maybe we can get a summer grant to do that through school.
I love that. So I sent you 2 sets of notes, Amanda.
I have one of them.
No, it's in the same email.
Oh.
The top one is brought to you by Gemini. The second one is brought to you by ChatGPT. I think the ChatGPT one is a little shorter, but you can take a quick peruse and see which one you like more.
Okay. I actually tend to like the longer ones. So we're going to start with
Great.
Gemini, and I'll shift back and forth if I need to. We are jumping right into chapter 1. The chapters have names. Chapter 1 is called Midnight Spell. Ophelia, our main character, Ophelia Grimm, performs a bloody ritual to inherit her deceased mother's magic. Her eyes turn grim blue, signifying the transfer of power and her ability to see apparitions. The transformation marks her official inheritance of the family magic. Talk to me about our initial reactions to our girl, Ophelia.
Got one note for this first prologue. We got demons. That's all I got. I don't know.
Do we know that?
Yes. In the prologue, and maybe probably because of the chart, but she mentions demons and stuff. So like my initial feelings is we got demons. And my note for chapter 1, which I know I don't wait, did you read chapter 1?
That was chapter 1.
Okay. So my main note is why is starting a new book so hard and confusing?
That was my thought too. I was like, oh, my eyes were just like glazed over. I just felt like I didn't retain any of this. I also like I want to jump in right off the bat and talk about like the content warning and like the OCD of it all. So we get a content warning at the very beginning of this book that says, and so we should content warning for this episode as well, I guess. This work contains explicit sexual content and scenes with elements of horror, as well as in-depth depictions of obsessive compulsive tendencies, such as intrusive thoughts and compulsive tics. And then on Kaylie Smith's website, she has a more complete list of content warnings. I appreciated this content warning, didn't feel like I needed it for sexual content, kind of felt like that's what we're all signed up for with reading the soup. But I will just preface this by saying that I am a person with OCD, and I'm a person who talks a lot about how OCD isn't just like, oh, teehee, like my picture frame isn't straight, like that's gonna bother me. Like I have intrusive thoughts. Most of my compulsions are more like ruminating and mental. So I called it in chapter 1. I was like, this shit's gonna get annoying to me. So I don't know if annoying is the word. We had a conversation, the 3 of us, via text yesterday, but she has this like shadow creature in her mind. What's it called?
Shadow voice.
The shadow voice in her mind that Rick, you initially were like, that's going to be a person.
I still think it is.
So I took one for the team after our text conversation and Googled, just because Amanda has gotten a lot of shit for getting spoilers for Googling things. So I decided to just preemptively not make that have to be Amanda this time.
Thank you.
And I think based off of what I read and based off of what I now know about our girl, Kaylie, that's what we're calling her. Kaylie, I hope that's how you pronounce your name. But she actually has OCD. And so the reviews, a lot of folks who chimed in who either had OCD or were disability advocates who have read the book said that this actually felt like a really true representation, and she's not using it just as a trope or as a way to like enhance a horror story. Like it is actually a genuine neurodivergence that the character has. And so it is just happens to be the shadow voice in her head and doesn't manifest into something else.
So if that remains to be true, then I will really love the idea of OCD being like a horror movie, because I do think for those of us that have those kind of intrusive thoughts, that is so often what it feels like. If it turns out that the shadow voice is a person who is personified, that's really going to be upsetting to me. So to the point where I would venture to say like that could be harmful to people with OCD, to have that be validated as an external creature. So we'll just get that out in the open at the beginning. So far, 17 chapters in, I don't necessarily find the OCD stuff triggering, but as a person who has a shadow voice, I'm annoyed by it.
Fair.
Are you going to start calling it your shadow voice?
Oh, 1,000% I am. Yeah.
I love that.
All right. So that's on chapter 1. She also again, this is like classic OCD, like Enneagram 1 stuff. Like Oilia really needs to be good. She needs to do the right thing. She needs to do what she's supposed to do. She says the need to be good, to do well by everyone who had ever expected anything of her, was nestled deep inside her bones, inextricable from her soul. And I think that is particularly how women with OCD often feel. And so I appreciated that, and also will find it annoying. Okay, chapter 2 is called Farewells. Oilia and Genevieve, that's her sister, handle their mother's death, with Oilia struggling to adjust to seeing ghosts and the burden of her new magic. So there's like a hierarchy of demons. There's also a hierarchy of angels that we don't know much about yet, but there's a hierarchy of demons, and then there's other paranormal beings. There are mortal paranormal beings and immortal paranormal beings. Within the immortal paranormal beings, there are ghosts, and within the ghosts, there is a hierarchy of ghosts. So she's seeing apparitions, which I think is what we would classically consider a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now she can see them because she's now a necromancer, which is a mortal paranormal being. Did I get all that right?
Yeah, because she took her mother's powers or something after her mother died.
Yeah, gold star for me. All right. The shadow voice continues to torment her, and they visit the coroner. Oilia had performed an old necromancer's trick, sewing her mother's eyes shut to ensure her soul's peaceful rest. But that's like a secret trick, so she doesn't want the coroner to know about it. My note for this chapter says, "I'm sorry, I can't deal with the fact that her name is Oilia Grimm."
Yeah.
Name.
We talk a lot about names, and some of them are creative, and I would argue that the ones in this book are not so far very creative.
I love the name Oilia, but Grimm as the last name for like a necromancer family, like,
right. Yeah.
Okay.
And I will say this, and I'm gonna put this criticism out here, and I will try not to harp on this as we move forward, but you know me, I'm a negative Nancy, it'll probably happen. What I really liked in this first couple of chapters is Oilia talking about how her mom, who had been like this known necromancer within New Orleans and had been sought out by the greater community, and how she had been training Oilia for her entire life. Excuse me. And we know that Oilia is 23. We learned that detail also in the first couple of chapters. And so she mentions at some point that she had like a super different education from her sister Genevieve, because she's been like homeschooled with Mama Grimm, basically, of like learning the trade of necromancy and learning about her family's magic and all this sort of stuff. And so I'm like, Oilia knows all the things. She's going to be our badass. And then as the book moves forward, I'm like, Oilia knows nothing. Like, I learned more from the chart that we get about all of the non-corporeal and corporeal beings in the first couple of pages than I feel like Oilia knows. So that is my one criticism so far of our female main character here, is I'm just like, you're setting her up to be this badass, and then she's like, oh my god, I don't actually know that apparitions are gonna like, or ghouls are, you know, gonna play tricks on me. What did
like,
you learn?
What did you learn? I also like Ophelia keeps being to Genevieve. She's like, you don't understand. You don't understand what it's like to have the burden of the family and to have to do the right thing all the time. And it's like, okay, as a younger sister who has her shit together, stop. That's
Take
enough.
that, Julia.
No, my older sister also has her shit together. Both sisters can have their shit together, actually.
That's not a good book.
Fine. No, it's called Fourth Wing.
That's true. That's true.
Also, it might be called this book by the time we get all the way to
That's true. That's true. All right. So we move on to chapter 3. Ophelia notices an unsettling quiet in New Orleans and encounters more apparitions, indicating something insidious in the air. She learns of Phantasma, the Devil's Manor, a dangerous competition, drawing hushed rumors. Genevieve seems to have a life outside of her manor and is aware of these events. So they talk about this guy named Pharaoh Henry, which I thought was a good name. And then we never hear about him again for the rest of the 17 chapters, but I thought he was going to be important. And we're like in this kind of, they're like riding carriages. There's like all this stuff. And Genevieve is talking about how this man like harmed her. And she's like, yeah. And then I fucked his best friend on the back of the float. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I did find obviously like it's atmospheric and that it's sort of like gothic New Orleans. But I did find some details, I guess, difficult to sort of discern like what time period we're really supposed to be in. Because they're talking about carriages and then they're talking about like...
I also questioned what time period do we think this is?
Yeah.
Right, talking about the Mardi Gras floats, but then they're like, we get into a car. And it's like, okay, well, we're far enough along that we have cars. And there's like electricity, but also they're like lighting lanterns as well. So it's just like felt a little nervous to me.
I've kind of placed it in my mind at like cars and electricity are here. Like it's like the early 20th century, but they're not for everybody yet.
So I, one of my notes actually for chapter 2, they said that like, they were talking about her mom real quick, and they were like, a soul can come back hours after a body dies. Like there's a time period. So I just throwing it out there. I wonder if that will show up later again in the book. So that's my thought. I know it was for the last chapter, but another thing, they have vampires here. Vampires seem to be the norm. Everyone's fine with it. Like it's crazy to me how like everyone is just fine with all these like paranormal things. Like no big deal.
Oh, she's a necromancer. Okay.
Right.
All right. So we move on to chapter 4. Some bankers show up at her house, and they say that their mother is like very much in debt. The house is about to foreclose. Ophelia suspects that there are some of the signatures on the loan checks are forged. And Genevieve is like being a little weird, and she's like, maybe Genevieve forged the checks. And the men insist that both sisters must come to the bank as they are equal shareholders in the estate.
Another thing that was in this chapter that I made in our TikTok video, it said, I said that something's going to be up with her necklace because it won't open, and it says to follow your heart. So
I have a necklace theory, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought,
go ahead.
Well, they're setting this up at least, to create this conflict between Genevieve and Ophelia, because Genevieve's talked about like, when mom passes, we can leave and go travel. And so like, why do we even need to keep the manor, even though it's been in the family for generations, et cetera, et cetera. So again, kind of setting up this, what ends up being an actual argument between the sisters and leading us potentially to think that Genevieve was trying to use some of this money to have like a cash to be able to go travel or live the life that she wanted. And is it like, did she take out the loan originally? Did her mom do it? Is there some other person here who is, coming for this multi-generational house that is apparently only female? Like, we don't really know.
Yeah. I have no notes again until chapter 13. So
again? All right.
I just stopped taking notes. All right. So they go to the bank in chapter 5, and Mr. Moten?
Mr. Banker.
Mr. Motrin confirms that the manor is set for demolition due to unpaid loans. Ophelia discovers that 2 of the signatures were forged. Like we were saying, she has this argument with Genevieve, who admits to the forgeries, and Genevieve then runs off. And Ophelia has to deal with that betrayal and the looming loss of their home. And again, thinking back to this idea where that she like has to do the right thing, has to carry on the legacy, and that is so linked to her intrusive thoughts and her compulsions.
What was the big deal about her forging the check? She was paying though. Like, I don't understand the problem.
No, they were taking the money out of the loan.
Oh, okay. I had it reversed. Got it. So both of them are just Genevieve.
Well, we know that a couple of the signatures were actually her mom's, and then Ophelia
Genevieve also took some money.
Yeah, expected that the others were forged and confronted Genevieve. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. You also missed the fact that she wanted to give him a crude gesture.
She did. Yeah.
And I was real happy about that because I haven't seen that since I've read ACOTAR.
Crude gestures are back.
I've missed them so much.
All right.
Maybe we'll get some bearing of teeth. Maybe the demons are going to bear some teeth in here also.
All right. Ophelia encounters more rumors about Phantasma, and she finds herself drawn to its ominous gates. She meets an unseen stranger who warns her away, revealing the place is called Phantasma, the Devil's Manor. So she actually like hears one stranger and is like having a conversation with this one stranger, and then another stranger starts to speak to her, and we're getting some like sexy vibes from the stranger that she can't see. But she realizes that it's Phantasma. People up until this point have been like whispering about it. It almost feels like a reality show. And Ophelia realizes the second stranger that she's talking to is trapped within its wards. And he says, she asks him like, okay, ghost, like, what do you want? And he says he like can't leave. What does he say? He needs the heart and the
heart and a key, or a key and a heart.
Yeah, he needs a heart and a key.
And the key. Yep.
Yeah.
And if you hadn't seen our TikTok yet, she's the key. She's the key. Come on.
We don't even know who this guy is yet.
All right, whatever.
Or the literal heart around her neck that doesn't open that says follow your heart is the heart.
Damn it. Follow your nose.
Gotta like give him her heart. Like, again, there's gotta be some falling in love here, and that will set him free. It's like Tamlin. If you listen to our ACOTAR episode, we discussed.
Right. We all know that Tamlin took the blame for no reason. Right. I'm glad that you all finally agree with me.
Oh my God. All right. Chapter 7. Ophelia needs to run home. The Shadow Voice is telling her that if she doesn't go home immediately, that everyone's going to die and the house is going to explode or something. So she nearly trips. She expels blue sparks of magic. This is the first we see of her magic. Upon returning, she finds a letter from Genevieve explaining her departure to bear the burden and promising to return in 2 weeks. So actually she like sleeps and is like, Genevieve will come home, and then Genevieve doesn't come home, and that's when she finds the letter. So Genevieve says she's going to bear the burden for once and that she'll return in 2 weeks. Ophelia also discovers newspaper clippings and diary entries in Genevieve's room, revealing her sister's secret research into Phantasma and into a person named Gabriel.
Who that? I don't know who Gabriel is.
Gabriel is the name of an archangel.
I know, exactly. I was like, I feel like that might be too obvious.
Yeah.
Is Gabriel going to be the phantom guy that we don't know yet?
Right. Maybe it's Gabriel Blackwell.
Oh.
And he
love
is the head of the demons, or maybe he is an angel, and we don't know.
Archangel.
He is not a phantom. I'm just putting it out there. Did Amanda lose her headphones again?
Maybe. What's wrong?
Why?
Oh, her headphones died again.
I don't understand.
I can sort of hear you.
Now.
Well, that's because it's through the...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait.
Time out.
She's going to need to get a real mic at some point. She's trying to talk right now. It's really funny. I see her mouth moving, but nobody hears her. She's saying, oh my God.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh my God. I got a phone call and then all hell broke loose. Okay.
It's because we're reading Phantasma. That's why hell broke loose.
That's why I knew you were going to say that. All right. I have no idea. I have no idea what you just said.
Oh, I had come up with this great idea that maybe it's Gabriel Blackwell.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure that was Kim's idea.
You can't prove that.
Really
All right.
original idea that he had there.
It's chapter 8. Ophelia arrives at Phantasma on night 1 and attempts to find Genevieve, but the man at the gate does not disclose contestants' names. We have a visitor.
Oh, hello, Socket.
She learns that the price of entry is her greatest fear, and that once inside, participants are bound by bargains, can't forfeit during trials. So Ophelia, desperate to find her sister, accepts the terms, states her full name, and endures a painful extraction of her deepest fear by the man at the gate.
But we don't know what the deepest fear was. So we shall
No,
find
we
out
don't.
at some point.
We got 9 trials. We got 9 nights. That's gonna
Maybe
be fun.
that's the key. She has to face her greatest fear.
Burp, 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 burp.
Her biggest fear is fear itself.
Her biggest fear is taxes and the healthcare
Yes.
system. So
Same.
what
Dismantling of the education department.
I don't even hate that. Actually, all the books that I've been reading recently have all had some sort of trial, right? You had like The Thing in Akatar, right? Crowns and Necks, like all these books have, like, even the first Throne of Glass. And you know what? I don't care. I want every book to have a trial. That's what I want. I love trials.
I mean, even going back to Harry Potter, the Triwizard Tournament.
Yeah,
is my absolute favorite.
Well, and even like the is it the Chamber of Secrets where he's got to like go through?
Yeah.
Like I'd even consider Hunger Games a trial, like stuff like that. I'm with.
Yeah,
it,
it's a video game. It's a video game.
It is a video game.
This is, I don't know what Five Nights at Freddy's is, but I think it's this. Isn't it
Oh
this?
yeah.
There's 5 nights and there's 5 trials and there's demon creatures.
This is 9 Nights at Phantasma.
9 Nights at Phantasma. All right. So
they also said fall in love with it at your own risk.
Fall in love at your own risk. And she's like, I'm trying to find my sister. Like, love is not on the brain, Rihanna.
Soup is on the menu though.
Not yet.
But it's there. But it's there. She just, she glanced over the menu.
Okay.
And one of the other contestants, when they're eating a meal, is already eating the soup.
Is eating the soup.
I saw that, yeah. Kylie knows.
All right. So chapter 9, Ophelia enters the magnificent yet ominous Phantasma estate where she encounters a grotesque apparition with a horribly slashed mouth. She's assigned to a group and to a room. Contestants can't leave their assigned area until completing at least the 7th level of the 9 levels. She discovers a secret passage and she follows a ghost cat.
Yay.
And is attacked by a semi-solid creature, but she fights it off using her magic and finds a different magically appearing door.
Also funny, so I said this in the video, but as soon as we met, his name is Cade. I was like, oh, this is the guy. He called her a little mouse. This is the guy. He's not the guy. But I really thought he was the guy. I truly did.
We had already met the sexy disembodied voice.
Yeah, but he called her a little mouse.
We do love a pet name. It's
yeah,
true.
like I don't know.
I have no desire to be a rodent.
I'm just saying. I thought it was the guy.
Okay.
Oh, look,
I said it's a little serpent. So.
Right. I said here, my note is they are always called a thing, a princess, a serpent, violent. It's him. This is the guy.
The disembodied voice had already called her angel.
I missed that. I thought it was just like a ghost voice.
Because he is Gabriel, like the angel.
Okay, we get it.
Anyways.
All right.
I will say, I do think my favorite detail so far is this ghost cat. Also because the ghost cat doesn't actually go away. So we've already had more interaction with the ghost cat than we had with Broccoli in Onyx Storm. And Amanda is repping her Quest Squad shirt today that has Broccoli on it.
My Broccoli shirt.
I wore it to bed last night. And yeah, I'm here for the cat. I'm here for a cuddly being amidst all of the horrors and the demons and the apparitions.
So she also gets chased by one of the ghost demons in this. Right? She finishes the chase, but then she sees a door and she still wants to go through this door. And I'm like, and I wrote in my note, I'm like, I'd say she's dumb, but she's a necromancer, so she's probably not. But like, come on, you just got chased. Why are you going through another door?
She's trying to find her sister.
I know.
But she is remarkably
I go to bed.
As I already said. Like, she really just doesn't feel like she's making all the smart choices in her first few hours in Phantasma.
Yeah. And the trials haven't even started yet. They're just like, so with Phantasma, you can tap out at any time. It's like the TV show Alone. So you can tap out at any time, but not during a trial. And so during the trials, you either succeed or you die, basically. And you can die during Phantasma. All right, so in chapter 10, she struggles to open the door. She's frustrated with the cat, and a handsome phantom appears named Blackwell.
There he is.
He reveals himself to be the unseen stranger from the previous night, but he doesn't remember any of that. And he teases her with his ego, and he hints at a bargain, but she's interrupted by a scream that sounds like Genevieve's, and Blackwell vanishes. So he's described as having like snow white hair and glowing green eyes. And I know that we're supposed to find this man attractive, but I know this is after both of your time. This man is Danny Phantom. He is Danny Phantom from the Nickelodeon show. And when he shows up and she's like, "Oh my God, you're a phantom." I'm like, he's a phantom. And the lyrics to the song say he has snow white hair, glowing green eyes.
That's it. You figured it out.
That's it.
It's Danny Gabriel Phantom. Gabriel's his middle name.
Gabriel Phantom Blackwell.
Yeah.
And Amanda, you sent us that clip over text of the
theme song. Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? So my apologies for being old and missing that era of Nickelodeon.
It's fine. Tristan didn't have cable growing up, and so he was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And I'm like, honestly, I think I mostly watched this in college because it was like I would just like put on cartoons while I was studying. I've always been like this.
So I posted the commercial for this episode on TikTok, and Candy_128 says, "Awesome, I'm reading this as well." She's on chapter 39. And My Baby Love says, "I love this book. Please read the second one, Enchantra, afterwards." So we got that.
We love the
Thanks, guys.
Shout out for the comments and also for the recommendations.
Also, the cat's name is Poe.
Poe.
The cat's name is Poe, which is like cute.
No, so let me tell you guys. So there's this author called Edgar Allan Poe, right? He wrote one poem called The Raven, and that's all he's ever done.
That's all he's ever done?
Ever done.
That's all he's ever done. And they've named the cat after him because of that poem.
Didn't you literally have ChatGPT write a fake Edgar Allan Poe poem this year?
I did. It was called something. It might have been called Ophelia. It wasn't Ophelia. It was something along those names. And
Ophelia
then the kids
is the name of a Lumineers song.
Ophelia is the name of this character. But the kids thought it was real, and they did a project based on it.
You're such a troll.
I know.
Such a troll.
I know. All right, so we got Poe and going on chapter
there's
11.
also there's a ghoul in her bathtub. So it's chapter 11. She returns to her room. She's trying to rest. She wakes to find the bathroom covered in blood, and a gabagool is emerging from the tub. I said I had no notes between chapter 3 and chapter 13. That's a lie. I have 2 notes. They are gabagool and he's a phantom. That's it.
Those are the most important things.
Yeah.
And I'm not harping on this, but I'm going to harp on it. Like, what is her necromancy magic if not to be able to get rid of ghouls and apparitions?
He's been a necromancer like 5 minutes.
We get an explanation about her magic a little later. So basically, like, her magic is just pure energy. So while other types of paranormal beings have like magic that they can channel into different things, like her magic is like just friction, basically. So she doesn't know how to use it yet.
Yeah. Kim.
Well, her mom told her nothing.
So she escapes into a void of pitch black nothingness where she hears whispers. She crashes into the dining hall where Blackwell appears and reveals that she'd entered the Whispering Gate, which is a place only non-corporeal beings or devils can access. So she is like exploring some things that she's maybe not supposed to be able to get to, but it doesn't seem within her control.
Yeah, she's probably it's probably her powers and she doesn't know how to use them yet, you know?
Yeah.
Most likely.
All right, so we move on to chapter 12.
She
Blackwell
seems
off.
to be able to unlock doors though.
She does, and that would
She's
make sense if she were a key.
Oh, I did it. I figured it out. Oh,
Um,
he also said he's been waiting for her. You can continue.
Okay, chapter 12. Blackwell offers Oilia a blood bargain. He will help her survive the competition so she can find Genevieve if she agrees to find his heart and key, which is his anchor to Phantasma. So he is trapped there. He explains that without his anchor, he's trapped and that his powers are stronger with a blood bargain. So he has been able to help her a little bit, but he'd be able to help her even more if he was in a bargain with her. Oilia initially refuses, finding the idea of a blood bargain with a phantom ludicrous.
Stand up.
Bridges. But she is intrigued by his capabilities.
So obviously, okay, they haven't said this yet, but so they're gonna make a bargain, right? They're gonna make a bargain. They're not doing it yet, but they will. It's obvious. So something's gonna it's gonna be that thing where something's in it for him, but he's not gonna tell her, right? And then it will be revealed later, like what was in it for him, and she'll get mad, and they'll get into a big fight, and they'll have soup.
What's that called in wrestling?
In wrestling, I guess that's just a regular straight up heel turn, you know, straight up heel turn.
Your basic heel turn.
Basic heel turn.
And also, she has been warned by her mom not to enter into any deals, which, as devoted Romantasy readers, we also know is a common and suggested route is never enter into a fairy deal or a demon deal, etc. So, Rick, to your point, there's going to be some hidden.
There'll be a thing.
That we don't.
It's gonna be a thing that seems like bad, but it's actually not. You know, it's gonna be one of those like fake twisty things.
And we don't know the what he's offering yet, right? That's a later chapter.
Yeah.
Correct.
But he does say that if she fails, she loses a decade of her life.
Yes. And necromancers, so we learn a little bit in this chapter and in the next chapter about some of the like perks of being a necromancer. They do have longer than average lifespans, and they do seem to heal quicker than the average bear. The thing about having a longer than average lifespan is like you don't know if like she doesn't know if she's like 24, so like she doesn't know if she's destined to die at 34 and she's just going to drop dead because she gives away 10 years of her life.
And I really love, so they don't explain that now, but they explain it later. I love that they actually said that because I thought it too, right? In Throne of Glass, they had a similar thing. Or no, Assassin's Blade, they had a similar thing with the spider silk. So I was like, what if she's supposed to, what if she's only supposed to live 5 more years? And they actually address it later. I was like, oh, thank you. I really like that you respected me as a person.
Am I the only one who didn't think this was that bad of a deal, though?
I didn't think it was a bad deal.
I would have taken this deal right away.
Right? Like he said that, this is like what the bargain would be and you would owe me a decade of your life. And I'm like, oh, like
but only if you lose. Like if you find the heart and the key, then you don't owe him a decade of your life.
Correct.
Right. And even if you do, like if your whole goal is to find your sister and to do the right thing, and this would enable you to find Genevieve, make sure she's safe, and also like save the family manor. Like, yeah, okay, take 10 years. Like, I don't know them, I don't miss them. So
doing the right thing also includes listening to her mother's advice never to make a deal.
Yeah.
I'm actually fine with her refusing the deal at first. I think she accepts it at the appropriate time.
Yeah. I mean, I would have taken the deal, but like in terms of storytelling, yeah, she did accept it correctly.
Yeah, I think if she had waited any longer to accept it, I would have been annoyed. But I like that she did level 1. I'll get to that in a second. But I like that she tried it on her own first before she took the deal. All right, so chapter 13, she wakes up from her injuries. She's healed. She heads to the dining hall where she observes the other contestants, and she learns the levels are based on the 9 circles of hell, which... Do the 9 circles of hell come from anywhere but Dante's Inferno?
I don't think so.
Are they just a Dante's Inferno thing? All right.
I think they are, yeah.
Welcome to Amanda's Literary Illusion Corner. I love when a book is another book. I love a retelling of a fairy tale. I love She's the Man being 12th Night. I love 10 Things I Hate About You. I love a retelling of another book. So when they were like, the 9 levels are based on the 9 circles of hell, I was like, yes. And that's when I started taking notes again because I wanted to keep a map of Dante's Inferno. So the 9 circles of hell are limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, wrath, heresy, violence, fraud, and treachery. So we go through the first level, which is limbo, but those are the levels we're in for.
I've seen that movie. It's called Seven. It's fantastic.
That's the 7 deadly sins.
Right.
It's the same thing.
It's the Bible. But I love that. Put that in the category of I love when a book is another book. I love 7.
So we
there's
had
also some soup dreams.
yes.
Oh, she's having soup dreams about Blackwell.
Yep.
And someone's eating literal soup in this chapter too.
Yeah. Kaylie knows.
Someone has a septum piercing. And I'm like, what year is it?
Yeah, that was my thing too. I was like, yeah, okay. Thank you for pointing that out.
Okay, so a devil shows up. A devil is like the highest form. A devil is a higher form of demon. And so the devil shows up. His name is Zell. He's the host, and he explains the first level. He gives them a riddle, a clue, and says that it's a maze where senses fade and a beast lurks, and that should they succeed, they walk away with a winner's mark. We don't know whether the marks are permanent or what their deal is, but they get a mark.
Mm-hmm.
All right, level 1 is limbo. She enters level 1. It's a complete sensory deprivation except for sight. She can't hear anything. She can't feel anything. Makes navigation very disoriented. Her shadow voice becomes actively malicious, which it's never done before. It's usually just telling her things very matter-of-factly, but now it's taunting her as she's using her magic, her little blue sparks, to mark paths in the maze. She narrowly escapes moving walls. In the maze's center, she finds a hellhound guarding the exit. 2 other contestants, Cade and Beau, immediately open the exit, waking the beast and leaving Oilia to fight it alone. Oilia manages to temporarily blind the hellhound with her magic and escapes with another contestant that she found.
Yeah, it was a good maze.
I like the maze.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first part here. And I also, I mean, I don't blame, I get why she was like, how dare Cade and Beau for opening up the door and not waiting for others. But it was like, you're in a competition. What did you expect? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
was fine with that.
But again, I think it reinforces her like clinical need to do the right thing, or to be perceived as doing the right thing.
But she tried to cheat.
How?
They even say it. She like tried to cheat, I think, by like using her blue magic maybe to see something, and then the walls started coming in. Isn't that what happened?
She's just marking where she's been.
Okay.
She's breadcrumbing.
Okay. I read it as like she tried to use a power, and then that's why the walls started crushing her.
No, I think the walls were just going to crush her.
It was part of the riddle that
Yeah.
it was going to like close in on you.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. We do get some world building here. They talk about how heaven has these ephemeral beings and hell has these paranormal beings, but that human morality isn't really the question. It's not like, you know, you have to live a good life or you'll go to heaven. You live a bad life and you go to hell.
I love that.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. I do like, I'll be brief. I do generally like, I would like for us all to acknowledge that this concept of like morality and heaven and hell is an inherently Christian one, and that not every religion, even those that do believe in some kind of good and bad afterlife, follows this. So like the idea that like you need to live a good life so that you'll go to heaven is a Christian belief.
Like so Bale's?
Like Christian Bale?
Yeah.
I believe Christian Bale is a follower of Jesus Christ Superstar. Yeah, I do think so.
So it's his beliefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Dante's Inferno is also a belief of Christian Bale.
In Christian Bale, we trust.
Yeah. And his best movie, Newsies.
Best.
No. Boss.
No.
What's his best movie?
Batman.
Swing kids. Yeah, I know. Okay. All right. So she gets out. She's beaten the hellhound. But this is also so we learn about angels and ephemeral beings, and so I'd like to point out that Blackwell does call her Angel.
Mhm.
So I think that's
Oh,
kind of interesting. All right. It is chapter 15. She's back in the dining hall. Ophelia confronts Cade and Beau for their selfish actions in the maze. She says, "Incredible, the audacity of men worth less than dirt." Love that. During the confrontation, her arm briefly turns transparent, which surprises Cade and makes them believe that she's a demon. The room's appearance changes to a horrifying imagery of spiders and maggots, and Cade attacks Ophelia with a silver knife.
I also really love the Prestige.
Were you just looking up Christian Bale movies?
Yes,
Okay.
I love the
Yeah,
Prestige.
he has an Oscar, I think,
He does.
for the
I think is it
boxing one.
the fighter. Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Supporting actor.
Yeah, he's really interested in like starving himself for a movie and then like gorging himself for a movie. It's really
He
not
was
good
really
for your
good in that
body.
movie.
Yeah, but like he lost a ton of weight. Same thing
I
for
know.
the machinist,
Mm-hmm.
machinist.
Yep, Deus Machinist.
Yeah, and then he like immediately put on weight for Batman. It's like not good for your body, Christian Bale. Pick a lane.
So we got Cade fucking Barlow, right?
Cade fucking Barlow.
Yep.
So true.
He's the bad guy.
Yeah, he's not
yep.
the guy. He is the bad guy.
That's an Olivia Rodrigo song, right?
Is he blonde? Is Cade blonde? In my head, he's blonde, like Jack fucking Barlow.
Oh, now he is. Now he'll forever be blonde.
It's never the blonde. It's never
And
the blonde, Rick.
you're thinking of Billie Eilish, my friend.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Billie Eilish is also in Fortnite.
Great. Go ahead.
So wait, no, I was going to say something and it's gone.
Great. All right, chapter 16. As Cade attacks, Ophelia's body disappears from the neck down. Blackwell appears, solidifying to intervene and throw Cade across the room. Ophelia's vision blurs and she stumbles, hearing Genevieve's voice, which Blackwell warns is a poltergeist. So poltergeist can shapeshift. That's a kind of a higher form of ghost, lower than a phantom, but higher than an apparition. And they can shapeshift into someone that you care about. She passes out in Blackwell's arms, and he whispers that she will be such trouble.
Trouble. Okay, got it. Remember. So I really hope it's not always not the blonde guy, because there's a blonde guy in Throne of Glass, and I really want him to be the guy. I don't think he's going to be the guy. I'm not going to look at Kim. I don't think he's going to be the guy, but I really want him to be the guy. That's it. That's all I got.
I will give you nothing.
Good.
Aren't you on like the 4th book? You don't know who the guy is yet?
There's 8 books.
I'm holding out hope it's for one of the guys.
All right. You're not selling me on this here. Okay, other stuff happens here that's not in the ChatGPT summary. So like there's a snake.
Yeah, she killed the snake.
And the snake is there because he's somebody else's biggest fear. And so we do learn that like other people's biggest fears can kind of mess you up too. She stabs the snake and then she passes out in his arms. So like
because the snake bit her or something.
The snake bit her, so she's got some venom in her blood.
And this is where they say that she has no magic because necromancy has different energy. I need someone to explain that.
Yeah, I think she words it really well. Her magic is pure energy, so she can light a candle with her magic's friction, but she can't actually wield the flames. And so I think that was a really like that answered all my questions for me. It's like she can make just like force, but she can't control it to like do stuff.
Sounds to me like she needs to go to Bezgaeth.
I was about to say, sounds like Violet in the early days of Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to do some learning here. Okay, so chapter 17, our final chapter for today. Ophelia awakens healed in her room to find Blackwell and her kitty Poe. Blackwell explains that she was poisoned by the serpent and nearly possessed by the poltergeist that mimics Genevieve. He reiterates his offer of a blood bargain, explaining that his powers are stronger with a connection to a living being, and he needs her to find his anchor, the heart and the key, to be freed from Phantasma. She agrees to the bargain in exchange for him monitoring Genevieve and her winning the Devil's Grant prize to pay off her family's debt, solidifying their pact with a blood ritual. So he usually, while Phantasma is going on, he usually like picks a chosen contestant and helps them survive. So he seems to have chosen Oilia. Yeah, so he'll be more corporeal because of the bargains. He'll have stronger powers. And she wants, so in this deal of the bargain, he's going to help Genevieve and help her win the prize.
And as Rick pointed out earlier, he said, that like he had quote unquote been waiting for her. And now that he knows that she's a necromancer, like he really feels that she might be able to be the one who actually can get him out of here, in essence.
Set him free.
But part of me wonders if the person who's going to set him free is going to be Genevieve.
Oh, interesting.
Say it again.
I wonder if the person who ultimately sets him free is going to be Genevieve.
Maybe one of them is the heart and the other one is the key.
There you go.
Oh my god, I love it. What I wrote, yeah, simply like staying on that. I wrote, she's making a bargain with him. He needs a heart and a key. I said, Oilia, read a book. You're the heart. You don't need one. It's you. Read any book. Also,
he has such heart.
How do we summon Blackwell, guys? He told her how to summon him.
Just like call him. Ring a bell.
How many times?
3 times, which is her compulsion.
Oh, yep. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Thrice.
Nah, that's also what I was thinking. It was Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah.
It's Beetlejuice.
I think that's like every demon, isn't it? Like say their name 3 times.
Yeah, there's a lot of like actual, like classic demonology here. Like names have power, which is why she doesn't tell him her name when she first sees him. Like,
also, I thought they described the poltergeist. I thought that was really scary. They were like, the poltergeist can steal your soul,
this
eat
book
it,
is
and then
scary.
come back. Yeah,
this book is scary.
I like that a lot.
It's a bit more horror than fantasy, I would say. It's like paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into it so far. I got more into it when they were in the when Phantasma actually started.
That's usually how it happens now.
It like feels like a video game to me. Like I'd like to play this book.
Yeah. No, I've liked it since the beginning. I obviously like it more now because they're doing the whole game thing, but I don't know, like a thing like, so I was reading Midnight Crown and the Throne of Glass series, and I was like, I think this is going to happen. I wonder if it's going to happen. And like, I'm okay when that happens. Like when the thing that you expect to happen happens, like you don't always need a twist. Right. So I think this would be fine as long as it like if she's the key, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like every, rom-com that Amanda and I read also. It's like the thing you think is going to happen is absolutely going to happen at the end of the book. And I'm deeply okay with it every single time. So.
Yeah.
And
that's basically what I was trying to say.
I talked about this on a previous episode. Like Stacey Abrams says that like the power of romance writing is that you know how it's going to end and you're still invested along the way. And that's why romance writers are so talented.
Yeah. And I have not read virtually like any horror. I've read like one Stephen King book in the past. I will say, since both of you are saying you would like to play this as a game at some point, back over winter break, Rick had me play a game. What was the game, Rick?
Slay the Princess.
Slay the Princess, which was kind of a horror book, kind of a horror game.
The visual novel.
I actually found it scary. So I've discovered that I like reading rather than actually being able to visualize what's happening.
Yeah, I'm a wimp, so I don't read any horror. I don't play any horror.
Rick, can you say the word for us?
Horror. Isn't that what you just said? Horror.
I can't even say it the way I'm like horror. Like I can't even do it.
Horror.
Horror.
Horror?
Yeah, that's it. My books. All right. What's gonna
Whoa. Do that again. This is
No,
the
right?
mixtape.
Please don't do that again. Yeah, that was Amanda's like waka waka moment.
DJ Clue, Clue, Clue. She's holding up her hands. She's broken everything.
Oh, her
She's
mouse
playing.
died this time.
Oh, the problem
Gosh,
is, can she
Amanda.
hear? Nod your head if you can hear us.
Nope.
Nod your head if you can hear us.
Nope.
This is good. This is
great.
She's gone.
Okay, Rick, what's gonna happen next?
What's gonna happen next? Let's see. Next they're gonna have part 2 of the competition. I don't know. I'm trying to sign to Amanda.
Well, no, I'm back.
Oh, she's back.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Well, level 2, the second level of hell is lust.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So I'm kind
Ooh, and what
of
chapter?
excited about that.
Remind me,
Yeah.
what chapter are we going to?
There will be soup in the next section, I think. We're reading 18 to 35.
Okay, so I have this
34.
handy dandy chart that I can't give credit to because I didn't save who the creator was. I apologize. But it lays out for a lot of like really common romantasy what chapters the soup is in. And so in Phantasma, the soup will start in chapter 22.
All right, so we're gonna get it in the next couple chapters.
Yep. So it's coming. And then it's like straight soup.
This book was in the erotica section at the Rift Bodice.
Which is basically exactly what I said we should read next. So I'm with it. So what's gonna happen next? Lust. It'll probably be something like where it's gonna be like not real, right? It's gonna be like in her head, and she has to like choose not to do it, and it'll probably be Blackwell that she has to like, I don't know, something not real. Again, obviously she's gonna go his house. Right? That's what lust has to be.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering if lust is going to be a little bit more abstract and it's not going to be about like sexual lust, and then maybe gluttony is going to be sexual, which would be the next level.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
Just a
was
thought.
thinking of this from like a demon perspective. I was wondering if lust was going to be like bloodlust.
Bloodlust, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
So it's going to be some kind of like fighting or something. But they have to like ward off all of the demons or whatever other paranormal creatures might be there. And then I feel like because she survives and Blackwell is able to help her, that is when the first soupy moment will happen.
So is Cade, all right, last question before we end. Is Cade going to be the bad guy the entire time? Is he going to have a redemption arc? Is he going to like, what do we think?
It's a 3-book series, right? He's Jack fucking Barlow. He's not the bad guy. He's the little bad. We're not going to know who the big bad is until the end of this book.
Cool. Oh, do you think? Go ahead.
We also were told that like, was it him that he's in there because his family has had some kind of like money trouble also?
Oh,
character.
Yeah, we haven't talked about this, but it seems like most of the people are in Phantasma because like if you win, you get to make like this devil's bargain where like you get a favor from the king of the devils or something. And so a lot of them are there because they have money troubles or because they have something really terrible going on in their life. And so they're there to win, to like set their life back on track.
And what if Cade is there because he's in love with Genevieve and he's trying to like marry her or woo her, and that is his motivation.
Ooh.
All right. That's a hot take. I'm going to go a little easier route and say that Cade fucking Barlow is going to make a deal with like a big bad demon. That's what's going to happen. I hadn't even considered that.
I think he's going to like deal his way to the top.
Yeah.
And then get caught up in his deals. I would be surprised if he survived the book.
Okay.
Are we going to make it to the end of Phantasma in this book?
Yes.
Okay. And then the other books will cover whatever the next thing is.
Yeah, I think so. Because so I mean, not really a spoiler, but in like in Throne of Glass, there's a competition Competition's over by that book. In the first Count of Nyaxia, it's Hunger Games over by that book. So they'll be finished with it. And this book is called Phantasma.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this will be this.
What's
Enchantra
this?
maybe is like Enchantra?
Yeah, what's the series called?
Wicked Games?
Wicked Games. Okay, so there's different games then.
Yeah, which I'm fine with. That'd be cool.
Yeah, agreed.
What else are we reading?
I'm knee deep in Throne of Glass. I've finished Assassin's Blade, which I'm so glad that I read first. Kim did not want me to read it first, but I'm so glad that I did. I then finished Throne of Glass. I just finished Crown of Midnight, and I am 20-ish% into Heir of Fire. And it's great. You should read it, Amanda. It's really good. It's really, really, really good.
I am chugging along on my Ripped Bodice bingo board. So I've read 5 books since we last spoke.
That was last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, okay.
6 days ago.
To be fair, 2 of them are Heartstopper.
Okay.
Which is like a 2-hour
romp.
Yeah, it's like watching a cute little movie. 5 stars for the whole series. I love everything about them. I love them so much. So I read volume 2 and volume 3. I actually got the notification from Libby that volume 2 had come in as I was leaving Kim's apartment. So that was very exciting. All right, so I've read those 2. I finished A Curse So Dark and Lonely, which was for my fairy tale retelling square. It was Beauty and the Beast. I liked it. I'll probably read the rest of the series. It's like more like a YA style. I would say 4 stars. No soup. It's fine. I appreciated the ending of this book. It wasn't like too cliche, and I appreciated that. But I'm interested in reading the rest of the Curse Breakers series. I did text you guys halfway through, and I was like, I think I love it. I don't know if I loved it, but I did like it quite a bit. 4 stars. Then I read Just for the Summer, which is the 3rd book in that Abby Jimenez's series. I read the first one. I did not read the second one. I read the 3rd one. Sorry. 4.5 stars. One of my favorite romances, contemporary romances I've read in a while. I really liked the characters. I really liked the story. As with all Abby Jimenez books, I would have liked a little more soup. But I really liked it. I liked it better than the Part of Your World, like the first one. And then I listened to Once Smitten, Twice Shy by Chloe Leese. And I gave it 3 stars, but I wonder if it's actually lower than that. I don't know.
Things can be lower than that.
It wasn't for me. It was just, I listened to it. So I think if I had actually read it, it would probably be a solid 3 stars. Listening to Soup.
It's weird.
It's not for me. Also, like, while I appreciate that, like, the male main character is autistic and the female main character is celiac and has like some joint issues, like, while I do appreciate that, it was like a lot for me to have it be like constantly brought up, and like they're both like so sensitive and like so accommodating to each other. And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like not woke enough for this. It was sweet, but it was like, I think it was just like a little bit too over the top for me. I don't need him to instruct her on like what kind of touches feel good and what kind of touches don't feel good via audiobook.
You don't want super directions.
No, I wouldn't.
On audiobook.
I'm not mad. Okay, yeah, I'm not mad about Soup with Directions. It's just something about it. Also, no, let me actually say the reason why I struggled with it is because it's back and forth between the 2 characters, and so the male characters' chapters are read in a man's voice, and the female characters' chapter are read in a female's voice. But both the Soup chapters, like, there's one for each of them, and so while you're listening to the Soup, that person will like emulate another gender's voice.
Oh.
And I was like, nope. Both directions. It was not for me. Anyway, now I'm reading The Night and the Moth, Bartholomew. And
yes, Bartholomew.
I read like half of it yesterday. I'm really into it.
It's good.
Hey, we love
It's
that.
so good. What are you up to? Real quick.
The king just sat them down and explained what's what and invited them to join his quest.
Great.
Got it. Benji.
Benji.
All right, cool. Great.
And I said what I was reading earlier, but finished the second Crowns of Nyaxia. Really enjoyed it. And I think I gave all 3 of them. No, I gave the first one 4 stars, and then the novella 5, and then this one 5 also. So yeah, really, really quite good for me. Going back to Crescent City today, I've got a couple other things that are going to come up on Libby. I was traveling, so I haven't read quite as much. And I'm with my mother and may also not read as much because she's a yapper. But we'll see.
I didn't do some stars, so real quick, I gave Assassin's Blade 4 stars, Throne of Glass 4 stars, Crown of Midnight 5 stars. That book was fantastic. Great series so far. And I hear they get better, which is insane. So there you go.
So
All
there
right,
you go.
What's our homework again?
Our homework is to read chapters 18 through 35. That means stop when you see chapter 36.
Great. I can do that. 18 through 35. All right. Thanks everyone for listening. Bye.
Bye.